What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Floyd. Money Mayweather. Get this. Mayweather fires back at Jake Paul. He states that I'm nearly 50 years old. Of course, he wants to fight me. Floyd Mayweather has fired back at the recent challenge from the YouTube star turned boxer Jake Paul. Mayweather retired from the sport in 2017 when he stopped Conor McGregor in dynamic fashion in 10 rounds. And since retiring, Mayweather has been involved, of course, in exhibition fights, as we seen yesterday, some of us, right? And Paul, of course, was in action last month when he took on Anderson Silva and he dropped him in the 8th round. I think that defined the fight because Anderson Silva was hitting him with some good shots. If you could say anything about Jake Paul, he's tough, okay? Because he took those shots from that legend and gave that shot that dropped Anderson Silva, age 47, mind you, okay? And Mayweather would like to see Paul fight a boxer under the age of 40 in his next ring appearance. And he says, a lot of times, when you see certain things, you don't want to say you want. I mean, he's going good for what he's doing. And, like I said, for what he's doing, Mayweather said, he just talks a lot. It's different when you're facing boxers at the highest level. And once you get in the ring with a real fighter that can really fight, is he doing good? Absolutely. For what he's fighting. Guy's 50, guy's 40. Does he want to fight me? Of course. I'm nearly 50 years old. And of course, he wants to fight me. Those are the words of Floyd. Money Mayweather. And let me counterpunch. I 100% absolutely agree with Floyd Mayweather. Jake Paul, for what he's doing good. And these fights are entertaining and he's challenging, the first fight with Tyron Woodley, and really the second up until he got caught, in the Anderson Silva fight. These guys are older. These guys are past their prime. These guys are not fighters anyway, half of them. Okay, half of the guys that he fought wasn't even fighters at all. You know what I'm saying? So, and he had a rematch with one. So basically he's fought 5 guys. Okay. And those guys that he's fought, every one of them have been over the hill and every one of them weren't boxers. Okay. Anderson Silva's a good boxer, going in the second part of his life, but he's not a guy that was trained to box while he was in his prime. He just knows how to box because of a skill that he picked up along with other skills that he already had. Okay, that's why he was able to beat up on, the legend's son, Chavez Jr. That's why he was able to do that, because he knew how to box anyway. But what does that warrant? You're fighting someone 47 years old. That, if anything, if we're looking at Jake Paul, if Jake Paul was a real boxer, okay, mind you, boy is 25 years old. If he was a real boxer fighting guys like he's fought, it would be a disgrace. So the only saving grace about Jake Paul is he's not a boxer anyway, but he claims to be. Okay, so that claim will come into realization once he does finally start fighting boxers, just like a lot of people saying, just like Floyd just said, just like Eddie Hearn has already said, Oscar De La Hoya has said the same thing, along with other people. You know what I mean? Dana White included, you know what I mean? And it's like, Jake, he's doing good for what he's doing. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll fight Floyd because he will try to outdo his brother. You know what I mean? That sibling rivalry that they have, or that a lot of siblings have, you know what I mean? And they might not even admit it, but they do, So, Logan had a shot at Floyd and Floyd pretty much carried Logan. But that was what, last year, a couple years ago now. So that was back in 2021, I think. Right? But anyhow, Jake wants that fight because it goes right along with what he's already doing. Yeah, I can fight and beat Floyd Mayweather. I'll be the only one to do it. Dude, the dude is old. Okay, that dude was born in 77. So that means he's 45 or about to be 46. Okay, so, you know, you're beating someone, fighting someone that if that fight happens, it will be 45 plus. You know what I mean? He'll be George Foreman's age when George Foreman knocked out Michael Moore. You know, because, you know, George Foreman was 45 when he knocked out Michael Moore. So, yeah, like, of course he would. So Floyd's defense is simple. It's just common knowledge. Like, look, yeah, you want to fight me now because I'm younger. Why don't you fight somebody? I mean, because I'm older. Why don't you fight somebody younger? That's simple. Why don't you get your ass in there and fight Tommy Fury? Or fight Hasim Rahman Jr. Or fight someone that you know that's a boxer. And see, until he does that, he won't get the respect from the masses. Sure, it's entertaining. Again, like Floyd said, for what he's doing. And what he's doing is fighting 40-year-olds, damn 50-year-olds, and knocking them fucking senseless and giving them a check. And making himself look good. You know what I mean? In the process. That's all he's really doing. You know, so yeah, Floyd would, yeah, he knows the money's going to be there. He knows it's going to be a lot of money. But he's doing that shit because he knows the older Floyd gets, the better chances of him doing exactly what he did to Anderson Silva. Putting Floyd down and beating Floyd in any type of combat situation. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Floyd Mayweather firing back at Jake Paul. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!